y'all, welcome back to my channel, Southern Tea. It's your girl Lady J, back bringing you, my usual, just my commentary on what's happening in the state of female rap and, anything urban news. So before I get into my video, I'm going to need you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up, comment, share, and baby, you already here, so subscribe to the channel. So there are a few topics that I want to get into, quite a few. But the first topic I want to give my little 2 cents on is Doja Cat. So Doja Cat recently did a spread with Variety magazine as well as a little sit-down interview with them. And I just want to get into a couple of things that was said and mentioned in the interview. So I know she talked about her kind of, her new look with the shaved eyebrows and the bald head and whatnot and the punk look. Now, what I really want to highlight is Doja talking about dropping her album this year, because that, baby, do you hear me? I am here for it. So Doja Cat said, I want to explore punk, but not pop punk. I want to explore more of a raw, unfiltered, hardcore punk sort of thing. There will be much more rap on the next album. So let me know how you feel about it. Personally, I'm not surprised. I mean, Doja has changed her look drastically within the past year or so, and it does align to more of a so-called punk rock look per se. And so she wants to experiment with those type of sounds to align with her aesthetic, I'm guessing, and she wants to rap more with this new sound and look. And I think she need to go ahead and go link up with old girl Rico Nasty again, okay? Because I know they collaborated back in 2019 for that song Tia Tamara, which was fire. And Rico's verse was also fucking fire. But what it sounds like to me is Doja is describing a Rico Nasty aesthetic. Rico Nasty is a talented female rapper, but she does have a target audience. She's more punk rock type of rap chick, and it works for her. I think it's quite possible Doja could be inspired by Rico Nasty, because how many of the rap girlies do we see doing the punk rock rap, like actually doing it? The only one who automatically comes to mind off the top is Rico Nasty. I mean, there could be more, but they're not really mainstream or really making no noise as far as underground goes. So I think they should link back up, Doja and Rico Nasty, and hopefully we get Rico on Doja's upcoming album that she plans to drop this year. And fans on Twitter are also speculating that she could have the Queen of Rap on her album, child, because, technically Doja wanted Nicki on Planet Her, and she already minted that her and her team sent Nicki like 3 songs that Nicki really wasn't feeling at the time. And I even heard that Doja sent Nicki Get Into It Yeah at one point. So people are speculating that Nicki will be on this upcoming Doja album, which I personally wouldn't mind. I would be here for it, honestly. Doja is talented, Nicki is talented, so why not collaborate? And it would benefit the both of them. It's not like it's one of these like one-sided beneficial relationships with these other rap girls who want to use both Doja and Nicki for clout because they know their name ringing, bigger bells. I think this would be a logical and beneficial collaboration for them both. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that below. Now, my next topic I want to get into, it has to do with Spicee, aka Hot Spice, because sis is a little bit hot right now. So it has to do with her because she's out here factually rapping, in my opinion, because Hot Spice recently dropped a video to her song In Her Mood on Saturday. And in that song, she bragged about getting 1 million views in a day. Okay. And she really did get 1 million views in a day. She actually did over 1 million views in a day, because by Sunday it had over 1 million views. So Hot Spice say ain't no cap in her raps. Okay. So let me know how y'all feel about it. For me, I mean, people can say what they want to about this girl, but clearly something about her seems to stick, at least for now. Now, what's interesting is Hot Spice wasn't even going to shoot a video to this song. This originally was supposed to be the video to Gangsta Boo, but since Lil TJ got arrested the day that they were supposed to shoot the video, I guess she decided to switch it up, because that's the song that's popping the most from her EP is Gangsta Boo. As a matter of fact, that song debuted at number 82 on Billboard this week. Okay, now considering there is no music video for Gangsta Boo, and that there was no heavy promotion around that song, and that this is just an EP that was kind of just dropped out the blue with little promotion, I say that's pretty damn good. Whereas you have a song like Coi Leray's Players that's been on Billboard for about 4 weeks, despite it being released 2 months ago. It took about a month before it got any traction because of TikTok. And when it finally did debut on Billboard, it was at like number 98. And even Latto's Big Energy, she didn't even see Billboard when she dropped that song. It took damn near 2-3 months for her to get on Billboard. So this wasn't bad for Ice Spice at all, especially compared to that of her peers. And a lot of people like that song Gangsta Boo, me included. I honestly think that's the best song out of all the 6 songs she got on that EP, followed by In Her Mood and then Princess Diana, in my personal opinion. I honestly, don't crucify me, but I mean, I really don't give a damn because I have a mind of my own and I'm not a bandwagon ass bitch. I like her EP, actually. I don't think it's bad at all. The only songs I really didn't bother listening to is Munch and Bikini Bottom, only because I really wasn't a fan of them when she dropped them in the first place. But after hearing them other 4 songs, that being Gangsta Boo, Princess Diana, In Her Mood, and Acting a Smoochie, she just may have been saving the best songs for 2023, which is cool because, like I said, it's a lot of people that likes Gangsta Boo, myself included, and that whole really go off in the car. Y'all can say what y'all want, that goes off in the car. Like I said, I think a big part of the reason for that is the Diddy sample that she used. But even with In Her Mood and Princess Diana, low key, they slap in the car too, and them ain't no sample. So like I said, I think her project was decent. That's why I gave it a 7 out of 10 when it dropped. Some people thought it was too high of a rate for me to give her, but I fucks with like 4 out of 6 songs. So the least it should have been was decent. It only has 6 songs anyway. And apparently other people thought likewise because her EP debuted in the top 50 on Billboard. It debuted at, I think it was number 37, when you have Coi Leray's debut album debuted at 89 last year, to put into perspective for the slow folks in the back. So I say that to say that's not a bad debut compared to many of the other rap girlies who have either yet to debut on Billboard or debuted right about where she is or lower. And that's with video, radio play, promotion, and a lot of the times features. Okay. Now, speaking of her peers, fans are also pointing out another thing. So apparently Latto dropped that Smoking on My X-Pac freestyle with little video on Friday, and it currently has about 260,000 views, a little bit more. Whereas Ice Spice dropped the video for In Her Mood Saturday, and it has, like I said, over 2 million views at this point. So a lot of the people thought that was kind of interesting. And like I said, she did get over 1 million views within the first 24 hours of her dropping that video, compared to Latto's 260K that she did for the video for Smoking on My X-Pac. So, I mean, it's not really surprising, though, considering the audio for Ice Spice's In Her Mood already had higher numbers than the song and video Latto released with Glory Hallelujah back in November. So I find that interesting because it's giving Hot Spice is more in demand than Lil Miss Frappuccino. So that's what it's giving to me. Speaking of these two, fans also noticed that Latto is taking Lil stage, while Hot Spice will be taking the main stage at this year's Wireless Festival in London. So I don't know how Wireless Fest is set up. I have yet to go, but don't count me out, bitch, because it's on the bucket list. Okay, baby, do you hear me? But from the looks of it, they have, a primary stage, I'm guessing, where they will have the current popping people on, and then the minor stages where other not as popping artists will perform. That's what it's giving to me. But again, this goes to show that Latto ain't as flourishing in the sense that she thinks she is. But let me know your thoughts on that below. Now, the next topic I want to get into is Coi Leray. So Coi recently did an interview with Billboard, which, I talked about in my last video because she was low-key trying to kiss Nicki's ass and get back in her good graces. But who knows? Maybe they had a conversation behind the scenes, or maybe Coi is just mature enough to realize Nicki is still the GOAT, okay? Either way, she gave Nicki her just due. Now, in this same interview, she was asked about her pen game in relation to the reference tracks that had leaked online back in November. Because Latto's shit got leaked and Coi got dragged into it because one of the reference tracks that got leaked was Blick Blick. So the interviewer brought up the topic by saying this: I want to go back to talking about your pen. Obviously, you take a lot of pride in that, especially when the whole leak thing happened with Latto. To which Coi responded and said, I had no clue she cut that record. So the interview went on to say, he asked, knowing that your pen is your pen, how are you able to allow writers in the mix and say, okay, we gonna do this record, versus saying, I got this? And this is what some of Coil's response was. Even when we did Blick Blick, the hook was already cut and we did the verse together. That's why the verses sound different. I heard Latto's version and the verses sounded different, but the hook was there. A lot of great music hooks are written, and I don't know, it's the formula. I've only been in the industry for 4 years, and now I'm at a point where I feel like I'm breaking superstar status, and I'm learning that formula. I'm going to be at a point where I'm making those effing songs for the biggest of the biggest just off the simple fact I learned the formula. I didn't learn it on my own. I had to be in a studio with these other amazing creatives to be like, all right, this is how it works. But if you put me in a studio with any of these bitches, I swear they're not seeing me in any way. They're not coming out with no hit. And I say that in the most humblest, friendliest, loving, and friendly competition way. Okay, Miss Girl, if you say so. I mean, honestly, yeah, we all know these rappers get help on their hooks, and a lot of them have hooks given to them, whereas, all they have to do is come up with the verses. Granted. But, bitch, we heard the samples. We heard the reference tracks, okay, whatever you want to call it. We heard Latto's version, we heard your version, and bitch, they was mighty similar, okay? And the whole I call him Big Daddy, he called me Lil Baby, bitch, those were the exact same lines that both of y'all said. I mean, I don't know about you, but Coil and Latte's verses weren't too far different, in my opinion. It's giving, oh, I changed a line or two or a word or three and called it the day. Like, regardless, Coil's voice meshed better with the song anyway, and it sounded better hearing Coil's voice on the record than Latte, because Latte really don't have no depth to her voice, to me, honestly. She be trying to sound a little bit too sexy on the track, but it comes across as boring. Whereas, Coil was much more animated and had more depth and personality while she was spitting in the booth. So I see why they gave it to Coil over Latte. And I feel the same way in regards to Whole Lotta Money. Bia sounded way better and more suitable for that song than Latte did. But as far as Coil saying that she had no clue Latte also cut that song, I don't know if I entirely believe that too much, because a lot of these artists be knowing who done tried what, like that whole thing with Jasmine Sullivan and Normani that came out on Twitter the other day. Now, what really gagged me is when she acknowledged that though she's only been in the industry 4 years, she is breaking superstar status and then figured out the quote-unquote formula. Girl, if you're going to go sit your ass down, I just don't be understanding why we got to throw the word superstar around so loosely, Chad. Like, did we not already have this conversation a few months ago? Did we not already establish a superstar has to have world-renowned status and have the numbers to support their hype? Not just internet support, okay? Did we not already establish a superstar needs to headline a world tour? Girl, even if you wanted to make it about fake-ass awards like the Grammys, she ain't even received a nomination. Not an award, but not even a nomination. So what do you mean superstar? I mean, I guess it's nice if you talking in terms of manifestation. If that's what you manifesting, girl, oh, do your thing. But you also got to put in the numbers, and your numbers ain't aligning with superstar status, Miss Ma'am. Okay, Superstar's not selling 11,000 copies on their debut album first week. No, ma'am. No ham, no turkey. What I will say about Coi, though, is she is very confident, and I think it's her confidence that'll keep her afloat for a while. She at least is going to give you at least one hit a year, it seems like, or one good song that'll keep her in the conversation for that year. In 2021, it was No More Parties. In 2022, it was Twinning Them. And then she got her highest debut with Blick Blick that same year. And then this year, it's, I'm guessing, Players. So, I mean, if she is referring to the formula to stay afloat, I can agree there. But I'm sorry, I cannot agree with the superstar tag. Okay, and I'm sorry. You got to up them numbers before we even can entertain that type of talk, mamas. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all even feel like she has superstar potential? I don't know. I feel like Coil has something, but it's not superstar level. Not at this point. Now, as far as the shade people felt like she threw at Latte, that's because of two things that I have seen. For one, in the same breath and moment she was talking about the reference track leak and not knowing Latto cutting the record, she then right after that says that if you put her in the studio with any of these bitches, they ain't seeing her and they ain't putting out no hits, which, I mean, Latte has yet to put out a hit since Big Energy. She been dropping songs, but ain't shit been sticking. So I know about 5 or 6 off the top rappers that'll tell your little ass to shreds in that booth, child. So while she's talking about ain't nobody seeing her. But on top of that, the next question that she was asked right after this one was about her competitiveness, literally the next question. And she mentioned the rap girls that she thought was real dope and who she listed as who she was inspired by or who she was interested in artistically. And she mentioned GloRilla. She mentioned Cardi, Megan Thee Stallion, Lola Brooke, Flo Milli. She mentioned Doja Cat, who she said is one of the best and the biggest right now. And she also mentioned Nicki Minaj, who she said is one of the greatest artists of all time, duh. And get this, she also mentioned that she likes hot spice, okay? So nowhere in there did she mention a latte frappuccino. So all them girls I just named is all the girls that she literally mentioned. So I definitely feel like that them girls is the ones that she really fucking with. She trying to work with and get features from them. So how is it that you just answering a question in regards to Latto, and then the next question you list the girls who you really fucking with musically and you don't mention her? To me, that seems like shade. And that's why people is feeling like, okay, it's Shade City, bitch. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I definitely feel like she left Latte, whatever that girl name. I feel like she left Latte name out on purpose just because of the negativity that is attached to Coil's name in conjunction with Latte. Because when people hear them two together, they think of that Blick Blick reference track that got leaked. So let me know your thoughts on that below. Now, the next topic that I want to get into is, of course, Latte's ass child. So this girl just keep doing dumb shit to be the topic of conversation when it comes to dumb shit. So this girl is definitely taking out the Cardi B playbook. So she wanted validation from strangers on the internet so bad. She around here posting videos of the panties in her panty drawer, child. But recently did an interview, asked about who her boo is, but wants to act so private, like it's so discreet and so on the low hush hush. But you want to be showing off your goddamn panty drawer, like your pussy panty print ain't discreet, bitch. Bitch, who the hell do you think we is? Okay, don't nobody want to see your drawers. So I'm gonna give you the rundown of what happened, because I really want to get into my thoughts on this shenanigan. So basically, a Twitter user noticed that in a recent photo Latte had posted, she was wearing the same kind of drawers she had on like 2 months ago. So this Twitter user was like, oh, you can't afford new panties. Need I mind you, this user did not quote Latte Frappuccino, didn't mention her name. She wasn't tagged or mentioned in any way. This was this person's tweet. So the fact that you responded to this person shows not only how pressed you are, but how these girls really be up here watching everything about them being said on the internet, child, and more so the negative shit, because that's what they love to respond to the most. So Latte responded, it was like, oh, the panty police or whatever, which, I mean, honestly, as a woman, you might have a few draws that look about the same or are the same, but I think the problem here is she was showing off these draws by showing them and wearing them in a way to which they are purposely visible. So people clearly see what kind of draws you have on. So you, to be the person of your status and following, why would you even try to, wear the same shit noticeably twice? I might got a couple of the same kind of draws, but bitch, unless you my nigga, you not gonna know if I wore the same draws twice, because you're not gonna see my shit once. So Latte going around showing off her shit like a thong. So I think it's the blatantness of it and the tackiness of it. You already put these leopard print panties on display once. Why do it again unless you wanted a response so you can look valid and giving a reaction when you already look like a goddamn fool? Because not only did she respond to this tweet, she went on to change her profile pictures on IG and Twitter to a photo of the panties. She then went on to post these hoes on eBay, which backfired on her ass because the Barbs had it removed for a health hazard violation. You can't sell used draws on the internet, Latte. And then on top of all of that, she went on to make a video where she shows us her panty drawer.
In light of my panty discrepancy yesterday, I decided to give you guys an inside look on my panty drawer. These are all my Target panties that caused such a discrepancy yesterday. So $5 at Target. Here's the cheetah stash. So that's 2, 3, 4, yeah, clean, 5. Oh, look, this one has a brand new tag on it, so that's cute. That's just the clean ones, on tour and stuff. We spend a lot of money on that. Mind you, I have a whole separate drawer for all things Savage X Fix.
Talk about pressed, bothered, and desperate, baby. You responded in 4 ways to one tweet. Then it all made sense because the next day, yesterday, she posted a snippet of a new song she got dropping because she's been fishing for a hit since Big Energy left the chart and ain't been able to find it. So she previews this snippet of a new song and she captioned it Pop Latto Loading. So clearly the rap shit that you drop don't stick. The people don't fuck with it. It flops and you move on to another pop song. On top of that, you move on to a pop song featuring a pop artist. Now, I'm not going to preview the song for copyright reasons when she do drop it, but if you heard it, you can definitely tell that is Miley Cyrus ass on that song. If it's not, I'll be shocked, but I'm definitely 99.99% sure it's Miley. But it's definitely giving Miley, and if you think about it, it's not too far-fetched because she was just performing at Miley's New Year's party a few weeks ago. So, if they have a common enemy, they're going to team up like hating assholes do, okay? And try to, steal some of that Doja Cat sauce. Because, oh, baby, let's talk about that. Tell me that song ain't giving Say So 2.0, okay? Or Closer 2.0. From the intro, the hook, and all, bitch, I kid you not. I've seen a lot of people saying it sounds like a Toss Sweetie song or it sounds like Sweetie's Closer record she did with the singer Her. But newsflash, let's bring it back. When Sweetie dropped that song Closer featuring Her, didn't I say and didn't we establish Sweetie was trying to copy Doja Cat and get her a Say So hit? Okay, didn't we already say that? So Latte ain't trying to copy Sweetie. Sweetie ain't even got no hits like that to be copying sounds from. Okay, the last person she need to be copying from is Sweetie's ass. Sweetie copied Doja for Closer, just like Latte is copying Doja Say So for this shit. She wants her Say So moment, and I don't think it's gonna happen. At least not solo, it won't, because she has to go and team up with Miley, who has a #1 song on Billboard right now, and I find that mighty interesting. So now the whole panty fiasco makes sense to me. I honestly feel like Latte knew someone would make mention about the same panties she wore, which I think she did on purpose. All them panties you got and you want to wear the same ones twice to show off for the gram? Like, no, stop. I'm not dumb. She wanted that attention so she could respond and make headlines just in time to announce a new song dropping. You not slick, bitch, but let me know your thoughts on that below. So the next topic that I want to get into is Glory Hallelujah. So fans believe GloRilla may have jeopardized her soul after seeing a questionable photo of her today or yesterday, whenever, child, because I'm late recording this goddamn video. So GloRilla did a photo shoot or interview with New York Magazine, and you know, she looked good in my opinion. She looked good. Her makeup wasn't all extra caked on her face like it usually be. She didn't have on them giraffe ass eyelashes, and most of all, her mouth was closed, child. Do you hear me? So fans was not feeling this picture right here, obviously because of her covering up her eye or whatever, her right eye, which is giving Illuminati vibes. Now, this is something widely believed that Illuminati members do, either when they are one trying to get to the next level by doing a little ritual or symbolism or what have you, or what they have to do while they are at that level. Now, before I get into my commentary, this is the first response that Glory Hallelujah had to say after she caught wind of what was being said about her. Baby, y'all need to be worried about that pussy selling, y'all. That pussy y'all selling, not me. Damn, I can't show off my rings. You gotta chill out with the delusional shit. Now it gets a little bit more interesting because I also thought this was an interesting take. So GloRilla next response would be to this post made by a Facebook user, and the post had said this: since everybody talking about GloRilla and people think she just trying to show off rings, she not the first and she not gonna be the last to do it. You can't make it big in Hollywood without selling out. Ain't no coincidence or conspiracy. This is the reality some people scared to accept. Just do some research and see what them signs really mean. Some people do anything for money, even if that means going against God. And honestly, I couldn't have really summed it up any better myself. I mean, it's facts. Regardless of who your fave is, you got to give up something when you break through in this industry. And sometimes bitches give up their souls. So Glory Hallelujah responded to this and said, shut your dumb ass up and go back to sleep. Want to be woke too damn bad. It's sickening. Which, baby, ain't nothing really sick about it, Miss Mamas. It's facts. History will tell you that. And it's no denying the similarity and these symbols that all these artists are displaying in these photos they posted with this caption either. There is no coincidences. I told y'all I don't believe in coincidences. And if there was such thing as a coincidences, this is too damn many of them to even call it a coincidence anymore. There is a dark side to the music industry, and I believe people are blackballed, dropped, or threatened when they go against the elites and execs and gatekeepers in this industry. I really do. And I believe Glory Hallelujah just getting in where she fitting in. She done already signed the dotted line. She done accepted all these jewelry and rings and advancements, child. She is a slave now. She got to do what she's told by the industry, and she not the only one at all by any means. A lot of these labels literally own and control their artists, and Glory Hallelujah had a good year last year. And as fast paced as a brand new artist to pop off the way she did, on top of all of that, she recently got these XXL awards. She just won for Female Rapper of the Year and Best New Artist of the Year. Plus the Grammys is right around the corner, and she is up for a nomination. So of course she gonna have to, pay up. Okay, so y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that below. So the other topic I want to get into is Chika, big back having ass. So she decides to shade and taunt the queen Onika Tanya unprovoked and blame it on the barbs. What kind of lame ass hoe shit is that, for one? Your bones is too damn big for your feelings to be that goddamn fragile, girl. So a summary of what happened is basically Chika tweeted a tweet that said, y'all love a mid-light skinned female rapper. So that's what Chika had to say, to which a lot of people assumed that she was talking about Hot Spice. Now granted, even though Chika never put a name on it, why would she? She ain't that goddamn bold. But Hot Spice is the only light-skinned female rapper that is really been popping off consistently, making some noise. And she did debut on Billboard 200 album charts and Hot 100 singles this week after dropping her EP only a week ago. So I don't think it's too far-fetched that Chika was talking about Hot Spice at all. But of course, she gonna play slow. Now, the only other person she could possibly, I think, be referring to is Coi Leray because of her song Players is popping off. But I just got this feeling that she saw something in relation to Hot Spice, and that's what she was talking about. But either way, the people got on Chika big back having ass, including some of the barbs, and in the midst of arguing back and forth with them, she posted an unflattering photo of Onika Tanya to body shame her to prove her dud ass of a so-called point, which we still have yet to know what that is. How you body shaming when you look the way you do, for one, to a bitch that you couldn't even hold a candle to on her worst day at that. So I don't know what this obsession that Chika has with Onika Tanya is, but she's another one that the queen need to go down to the police station and file a report on that ass, because it's like she wants a response that she will never ever get. Like, I have never heard a Chika song. The only time she gets any type of traction is when she is arguing with Barb's and mentioning Nicki Minaj. It's giving Remy Ma Jr. My thing is, these hoes love to be attached to Nicki, but they don't want to fuck with her or give her just due. Like, Chika, you look pathetic, girl. And that's why your hating ass has yet to make a hit, has yet to make an impact, and has yet to reach at least 500K monthly listeners on Spotify. And then Latte Frappuccino ass liking her shit, letting it be known she not talking about Latte, as if Latte ain't a mid-light skinned female rapper. Chika got to tweet in Barty Gang as if Cardi B isn't a mid-light skinned female rapper. Last time I checked, she fucked with Ruby Rose, and ain't Ruby Rose another light-skinned mid-female rapper? So Chika, if you was hating on Hot Spice or even Coi Leray, go eat you some humble pie and sit your ass down. You don't see Doechii talking like this because she's grinding. You don't see Callie talking like this because she's grinding. You don't see Flo Milli talking like this because she is also grinding. You around here eating and hating on a woman who has been paying you dust, and this is why people come for you with no remorse. So y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on that below. So another topic I want to get into real quick is Cardi B. Now, about a week ago, we were talking about how Cardi B was ranting and going off on her fans and cussing their asses out because they was inquiring about new music. So if you want that tea and everything on that, I will link that video below. But in that voice note, Cardi had mentioned that she don't like pics or videos of her posted up in the studio because basically people can figure out, what studio she at and whatnot. But let's talk about Brooklyn Johnny. Because if you don't know who he is basically Cardi's A&I guy. He has been a big part in her come up and success. He scouts artists, and he's involved in the music recording process of that artist as well as the promoting process. And lately, he has been posting quite a bit of frequent clips and photos of Cardi B posted in the studio, even though she says she don't like that shit. Now, in this same audio clip that I was talking about where she mentioned she not only don't like being posted up in the studio, she also said she already had a date and an album rollout planned for her second album. Yet a few weeks ago, she was on Twitter asking for beats, and Brooklyn Johnny made a post recently on his Instagram asking managers of unsigned artists to send him their best song, and if they like it, that they'll get back with them. Add those two things up and ask, why are those necessary if Cardi is done with her album like she says she is and she got the date and all that shit? So I just found it very interesting at the most. Just further goes to show that Cardi is more than nervous for this second album. It seems to me she is scrambling, and so is her team. They out here looking for beats and asking managers of unsigned artists for their best songs just to do what? Steal? Like they allegedly did with Bodak Yellow? Because if you ain't know that tea, okay, the producer for Bodak Yellow is a person by the name of Queen Fina. She the one who came up with that beat for Bodak Yellow, and initially Cardi nor her team was trying to give this woman credit after they asked her for the beats and got the beats from her. So that's what it's giving. It's giving another one of them. I just think they scrambling to find some hits because what Cardi has probably ain't cutting it right now. And I think a lot of the bigger entities go for hunting for smaller, talented artists and businesses to take from and make their own because they shit flopping. That's what it's giving. So I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that below. Now, the last topic I want to talk about is Billboard's Women in Music Awards. So Doechii is being honored with the Rising Star Award, which I feel is so very deserved. I love Doechii down, and I feel as if she is so underrated. And she put out a fire-ass EP last year that I think was very slept on. She did a fire collab with SZA called Persuasive. I just love everything Doechii embodies, and I really hope she can have her time to shine. She actually is more so similar to Doja and Rico Nasty than any of the other rap girlies to me, even though I know she has been inspired by Nicki as well. She said that, but she's just so deserving of this award, and I want to see more from Doechii and hear more of Doechii in 2023. Now, Billboard is also giving Latte the Powerhouse Award, basically because her big energy took 8 months to go from bubbling under to number 3 on Billboard, even though her album she dropped last year sold double bricks. So, you know, they're giving Latto all these undeserved ass awards, in my opinion. They're letting her ride the tail end of this big energy shit into 2023, even though it dropped in 2021. So I guess she got to ride the tail end wave of this until she put out that next pop hit that she got on with Miley. Okay, so I definitely feel like this is also a chess move to ensure that she gets that Grammy, which I'm sure she already knows she will get, because these artists be knowing ahead of time. And I just know it's going to have nothing to do with her numbers or her talent, but connections, okay, and politics. But let me know your thoughts on that below. So remember, this is my commentary and my opinion. You can let me know yours below. I look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, lounge with your girl on my socials at Southern T. That's Southern T with 2 ways, especially on Twitter, y'all follow me on Twitter. I'll be doing a fucking fool. Okay, I will see y'all in the next video, fam.